Welcome back to Red Dice Diaries. This is RPG Bugbears. And in this video I'm going to talk about something that irritates or grinds my gears within this wonderful role-playing hobby of ours. And in this particular video I'm going to talk about describing characters to other people. Now, 9 out of 10 role players enjoy talking about their characters to other people, and why would you not? After all, if you're interested enough in a character and invested enough in it to want to assume the mantle of that fictional persona regularly in tabletop RPG sessions, why would you not want to share some of that joy and that excitement with other people? However, if you're going to do this, you need to not only be interested yourself, but you need to convey that interest to them and get them interested as well. Otherwise their eyes will glaze over and they'll stop paying attention. One of the surefire ways to ensure that people aren't paying attention, in my opinion, is to describe your character solely in terms of the class or type of character they are, or by what their best stat or attribute is. For example, there's a number of times I've asked people what their current characters are like, and I've heard responses similar to, oh well, they're a level 8 barbarian who can rage giggity times a day and has a magic +3 sword, or they're a cleric of Miley 5th level and they've got this spell and that spell coming out their Waznu. None of these descriptions are particularly interested. So if you really want to convey excitement and interest to people, don't limit yourself to talking about what items your character has, what their main attribute is, what their class is. No, instead tell someone what the character is like. What are their hopes? What are their dreams? What do they look like? What are their goals in life? For instance, would you rather have someone say, I'm a level 5 cleric of the War God? Or what would you rather have someone describing their character to you say, I was raised in an orphanage and most of my village was burnt to the ground by rampaging orcs when I was 5. My character was found and adopted by a priest of Galgathresh, the savage god of blood and slaughter. Quite unlike his normal behaviour, the priest adopted him and raised him in the ways of the war god, moulding him into a tool that could be used to strike back against the rampaging orc hordes when he came of age. Since then, the character has begun to dedicate his entire life to getting revenge on these orcs. However, as he leaves the seminary for the last time, picking up his blessed sword and donning the crimson robes of the war god, he hears word that the orc attacks were in response to humans pushing them off their land, and he finds himself conflicted for the first time in years. Now, that's just a random example I've pulled off the top of my head, but it's far more interesting, in my opinion, than just hearing someone define their character by their class, their attribute, or what funky items or cool powers they have. So that would be my advice if you want to get someone interested in what you're saying about your character. Don't tell them what you have written on the sheet. Tell them about the character of your PC, what they're like, what their hopes are, what their dreams are, where they came from, where they're going, who their friends are, who their enemies are, any number of a plethora of details. But don't limit yourself to the class or their main attribute, or even the magic sword that they've stolen from a dungeon 3 levels ago. I hope that if you've enjoyed it, you'll click on subscribe by clicking on the red dice there. If you have any comments, please either put them in the comments box below or hit me up in the Google Plus links. I'd love to hear what you think about the matter, and until I see you in my next video, thank you very much for listening and take care.